I'm biased against college. I think that college should not be the assumed default for homeschooling families and their students.
Let's take one last question. This is from Mary, and she says, I'm new to homeschooling and agree that kids don't need to learn everything or be great test takers, but how do we make sure that they are able to apply for college? And so I'll let you jump into that too.
I'm biased against college. I think that college should not be the assumed default for homeschooling families and their students. I believe college is absolutely necessary for some people to be able to pursue their career that God's called them to.
Yeah.
I want my medical doctor, I want my surgeon to have a whole wall of degrees.
And not learn it on YouTube.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's not wrong to have, some higher education. But increasingly, there's a book that we sell on our website, again, familyrenewal.org/store, called Is College Worth It? If you really want an in-depth look at that question of is college worth it, please read that book. It's written by William J. Bennett. You may remember him, the Book of Virtues guy. I think he worked for Ronald Reagan as education secretary, if I remember correctly. And his book is phenomenal in that it just examines almost every facet and angle of considering the college option. And he basically landed the same place that I do. So, I was rather surprised to see someone of his academic pedigree agreeing and saying, really, this should just not be the default for students now. We live in a very different world than we did 40 years ago. And there are people who are making a lot of money in the trades right now who didn't need college for it.
Yeah.
And fully 3/4 of all people in the workforce in the United States right now are employed in a field completely unrelated to their college degree. 3/4. So you have the cost of college, you have all of the woke ideology, you have the fact that they continue to dumb down the curriculum, you have the fact that what used to be a bachelor's degree 40 years ago, now the equivalent is like you have to get a master's degree to get the same type of job. Like everything's changed, and I don't have time to give you the whole thesis there, but you can find out more of my thoughts on that in Answers for Homeschooling, but also grab a copy of William J. Bennett's book, Is College Worth It?
Yeah.
And I just think we need to reset from that and assume that our child doesn't necessarily need college. And then when we find out that they do, then we do what we can to prepare them for that direction. But let me throw this out as well, that basically all Christian young people, let me say this, all professing Christian young people who say going into college, I am a Christian, 3/4 of them will say, I'm no longer a Christian, and I do not believe in Christianity at the end of their freshman year of 1 year at a secular college or university.
Yeah.
3/4 in their freshman year at a secular college or university. That's massive.
Yeah.
And so as Christians, I think we really need to reconsider that.
Yeah. Yeah. Or at least really reconsider where your child is going to college. There are some really good ones, Bob Jones University. I know that there are some colleges that are really excellent and still teaching a very strong biblical worldview to their students. But yeah, definitely be careful where you're sending your kids. Don't spend 13 years instructing them at home and giving them a biblical foundation, and then think that when you put them into a secular school or a Christian school that is as bad as a secular school.
That's right.
That can actually be more dangerous, because then they think they're getting a Christian education and they're getting the complete opposite of that. So be very cautious of where you're sending your kids. Homeschool Insights is sponsored by CTC Math. If you're looking for a great online math program, visit ctcmath.com and try it for free. For more great homeschool inspiration and resources, listen to the Schoolhouse Rocked podcast every Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday.